Tesla build. Sorry for the delay in getting this video out, but coronavirus just slowed everything down, and we had coronavirus, I had coronavirus, and a bunch of staff were off, and things slowed everything down. So we're back on it now. We've been doing lots of little bits which we haven't actually filmed, but I'll try and recap and run you through where we're at. This again probably isn't going to be a huge video because we're still waiting on lots of parts to arrive before we can get there, kind of get the wheels in motion, if you know what I mean. So it's on the ramp now, a few bits. Vision Tech Automotive have done the badge for us. That's super cool. You might have seen that on our Instagram, but I'll give you a close-up of that. And then under here we now have a rear motor mounted of sort. It's not in its final placement, but now that's in place, it gives us the ability to get the drive shafts all measured up, and then get final mounts made once we've got all the measurements exactly. And then today we're going to tackle coding. So I'll show you the errors that you get. I think we counted it to be 41 seconds of errors that you get from the fact that there's no engine in there. So we take out all these things, take out an exhaust system, take out an engine, take out a gearbox, it just throws up loads of warning lights. And we'll take you through them, and then hopefully we'll code as many as we can out using BADCOM, and then from there work out what we're going to do or solutions to get rid of the rest. But it might need some sort of secondary ECU or something like that, but we'll figure that out. We're going to work out today how much we can get rid of just using BADCOM. So Vision Tech have built us this front badge. Like I said earlier, you might have seen it on our Instagram, but we'll just take you in and give you a closer look. So Vision Tech got in contact with us when they saw that we were building this project and suggested this bit of kit, which is just brilliant actually. It couldn't be better. So they already do something really similar for electric hookup. So if you're building a camper and you want to be able to access or plug in your vehicle for your electric hookup from your badge, they do the same sort of system, but they've just adapted that for us so we can have our charging point for the batteries. So I'll just take you in and get a bit closer. So it's brilliant really. We'll do a fuel flap delete like we've done on all our other vehicles on the side, just to give it smooth, clean lines, and so you don't have to have the door open while it's charging like you would when you go to a fuel station, because obviously it's charging for a long time. So Vision Tech have made us this. So it has a spring clip on it, opens up the badge, and there's your charging point. How cool is that? Super impressed with that. Best part of the project so far. So yeah, as I said before, if you're thinking of a camper project and you like that idea to charge your leisure battery for your 240 hookup, Vision Tech already do these. I think this is the first T6.1 they've done, but I'm sure they've used this as a mold to create the future ones. So behind the T6.1 grill is like another section of a grill which just need cutting out so we can feed the power cable through. So that's that. You'll see also we've taken these strips off, and that's because we want to block out this grill. So for aero reasons, we don't need cooling going in here. There's no engine in there to cool, so we want to try and block this out. So Richard Grant Mouldings have supplied us with this, which is just textured plastic sheet, and we're going to block out all these grill holes with that, try and make it look as factory as possible, but smooth it out like you see on most electronic cars now. They have smooth grills, lose all these holes, plastic weld it in, make it all look nice and neat, but block that grill out so we're not having aero problems with air going into the engine area. Right, so moving around the back. So because of the depth of a Tesla rear motor being so deep, if we just mount it underneath the vehicle, it will be too low. So we won't allow us to lower it, and also it would potentially foul on speed bumps and stuff. So Mikey's tubbed the rear. So he's just cut the floor out and allowed it to sit in there. Not had to do anything else particularly, but we've just created this box section to protect the motor internally and hide it. But it's just still mounted on the subframe. Of some brackets we've had done, but it just means that we're able to lift it that little bit more. Looks a lot more dramatic than it is actually. Nice tidy job though. So that's the rear motor in place, allows us to get measurements so we can start getting drive shafts and stuff built. So that's been keeping Mikey busy for quite a while, and then we'll just move inside and explain the coding. Right, so moving inside now, all the lower dash is out and the gear linkage has been removed because obviously we won't need that. Mikey is going to make a panel, so the original gear surround is here with the dial that we need for the electric, and we are going to need to lose one of these pedals. Don't need an accelerator, brake and a clutch obviously anymore, so we'll get rid of that, probably put a DSG pedal box in. So the main job today is remove as many of these warning lights as we can, so I'll just show you them. So there we go, so ignition on, we have quite a lot of error codes. There we go. So not all of those need to go. We will be using the original cooling system. Oh, it's still going. because the battery's flat, but there you go. Finally, right, so we'll be trying to code out as many as we can. Some things we'll still need, like we'll still need to know the coolant level and the coolant temperature, because we're going to use the original coolant tank for that, but most of the other codes can go. So yeah, let's work out how many we can get rid of with AdCom. And that's about as far as we got with that, and then we kind of hit a brick wall. Partly because a lot of the people we're dealing with just have coronavirus issues and less staff and furloughing people, so it slowed the whole thing down. We kind of got absorbed with a load of other stuff. We were waiting for loads of stuff to happen at the same time so we can kind of get it on the ramp and spend some more time on it. So I don't think we got any lights coded out in the end. Quite simply, it's just not possible with AdCom. It needs so much more. So we're kind of stuck now at the point where we're just waiting for the right guy, to come and help us. So what we need to do is we need to plug this vehicle in with a CAN sniffer. We need to plug it in next to another very similar spec vehicle and start disconnecting things. And as we disconnect them, it'll bring up the errors, and then we need to replicate that into like a processor and plug it into this and make this believe, or trick the ECU into thinking it's got a combustion engine in it. It's doable, it's complex, it's not the way we hoped we would need to go, but it's the right way to do it. The other answer is rip the ECU out, put different clocks in it, and just basically use it as a rolling shell with a tester management system in it. But we don't want to go down that route. We want to try and keep it as OEM internally as possible, because we want to learn from this and how to do it on conversions and so on. So the way we want to do it is the right way. So yeah, that's kind of wheels in motion with that now. Something we weren't sure it was a route we were going to have to take, and now we know we do. So we're just waiting for the right guy to come and spend some time here, but that is in process. So in other news, just trying to give you a little bit more information. So the battery pack we're going to use in this is off a Chevrolet Bolt. That's all ready to go. I'll just post some pictures of that so you can see what that looks like and what Chevrolet Bolt looks like. It's not a vehicle we get in this country, but that's going to sit pretty well where the space is underneath this. We need to build a frame to sit it on, but that's a 60 kilowatt hour full system out of the Chevrolet Bolt. That should also give us the ability to add additional batteries in the rear if we need to, for when we come to do things like the Nürburgring, to give us the extra output we need to get around, because at full chat this thing's going to zap some power. So that's where we are with that. Where else? So Cobra seats, and are you ready? They should be here soon. So the next episode will probably be a lot of things like that. We'll do Cobra seats, H90 roll bars, Powerflex supplying us some poly bushes for it. Bilstein are ready with their new suspension, which we'll tell you more about another time, but a bespoke suspension for this, but we need to get it all set up in weights to get that exactly right. So that's kind of where we're at. Just thought we'd do this video as an update, because people keep asking and thinking we've stopped working on it or we've forgotten about it. We haven't. We're desperate to get moving. We're desperate to start making progress with it, because I'm fed up with seeing it sit here. Other projects kind of got in the way, this one on the back burner, but we are going to be back on this. We just wanted to wait for lots of other suppliers that are helping us out to be ready, so we could kind of tackle it in one hit and really kind of make an impact on it. So yeah, that's where we're at. Promise you more updates coming soon. As soon as we get those bits, we'll update you again. And as always, thanks for being patient. Thanks for watching. If you don't already, subscribe to the channel and click the little bell so you get updates when the new video on this one comes out. Share it with anybody that might be interested in EV conversions or electric transporters. As always, thanks for watching.